This week, Angelo sits down with Adelaide developer Carmine Fantarella to talk about his new game, Icebox SpeedGunner, which has just hit Steam. Nate finds out whether his friends are any good at breaking out of prison in the Escapists 2, and I check out Slayaway Camp, one of the most adorable games ever about a psycho killer terrorising a bunch of teenagers. This is Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen, and this week, remember how we told you that Epic Games was preparing the ban hammer against people cheating in Fortnite? Well, the publisher has brought it down harder than anyone could have anticipated, filing lawsuits against two prolific cheaters. Thousands of gamers have been banned from Fortnite following the launch of the free-to-play Battle Royale mode, but two of them, Mr. Broom and Mr. Vraspier, stand accused of violating Fortnite's Terms of Service and End-User License Agreement by cheating. The lawsuit claims both men use software to infringe Epic's copyrights in the game, and in turn, both are ruining the game-playing experience of players who do not cheat. The complaints filed against the cheaters highlight that both men target online streamers and then boast about their exploits, typically on cheat provider website addictedcheats.net, where both work either as moderators or on the support team. Vraspier has created multiple new Fortnite accounts using fake names after being banned more than 9 times, while both have encouraged other gamers to cheat at Fortnite. Broom has only been banned once, but he's also announced that he is working on his own cheat, aiming to create unwanted chaos and disorder in the game. Each defendant faces up to $150,000 in statutory damages for copyright infringement, plus additional claims for breach of contract and circumvention of technological measures. And in case you were wondering, it seems everybody loves Fortnite's new gameplay. In the 2 weeks since the new mode has hit virtual shelves, more than 10 million people have taken the time to check it out. In more big-selling news, Cuphead has sold more than 1 million units, which surprises absolutely nobody other than Chad and Jared Moldenhauer, two of the key figures behind the challenging platformer. If you want to know what all the fuss is about, we will have a review of Cuphead for you very shortly. It seems that every second game that's out at the moment contains some kind of loot box system. After winning a match, completing an in-game task, or handing over real-world cash, you are rewarded with a randomised collection of goodies. These can contain everything from purely cosmetic changes, like character skins, to potentially game-changing equipment upgrades. To the outsider, this might sound a lot like gambling, especially once real-world money gets involved. You pay your price and are given a mystery box. The box might contain a shiny reward, a useful bit of gear, or the virtual equivalent of a piece of coal. However, the American Entertainment Software Rating Board says that, despite the similarities, loot box systems are not gambling because the player is always guaranteed to receive in-game content, even if it's something they already have or simply do not want. Instead, the ESRB compares the system to collectible card games, something that is perfectly acceptable to market to children. Internationally, the British Gambling Commission is keeping this matter under review and will continue to monitor developments in the market, and we've contacted the Australian Classification Board to find out what they think about the subject. But moving on, and there have been a couple of big shifts behind the scenes this week as well. There is good news and bad news, so let's get the bad stuff out of the way first. Mike Laidlaw, creative director on Dragon Age Inquisition, has announced that he is leaving BioWare after spending 14 years with the company. His farewell message, posted to Twitter, did not give any reason for his departure, but does give hope to console fans, explaining that the Dragon Age world is in good hands. And the good news, Riot Games co-founders Brandon Beck and Mark Merrill are stepping down from their positions on League of Legends to spend their time developing new games. The pair started working on the iconic MOBA back in 2005, and the company has now grown to more than 2,500 employees across 20 global offices. After more than a decade, their new goal is to finally put the S in Riot Games. In quick news, Far Cry 5 will be the first game in Ubisoft's iconic series to be localised in Arabic, complete with brand new menus and subtitles. Michel Ancel has mumbled something about wanting to make a 3D Rayman game, but don't hold your breath. At this stage, it is just a pipe dream, something to be looked at after both Wild and Beyond Good and Evil 2. Upcoming indie title Crazy Justice will feature cross-network play, so regardless of your chosen platform, your opponents could be playing on PC, Xbox One or Nintendo Switch when the game launches in mid-2018. If you want to support this kind of stuff, you can find out more on the team's FIG campaign. Middle-earth Shadow of War has just been released, featuring de novo anti-tamper technology, and we're all wondering why the publisher is even bothering now with the game cracked in less than a day. And finally this week, if you want to see a classic puzzle platformer that has been a labour of love for a single developer over the past 3 years, here you go. In the Shadows is inspired by the personal experiences of self-taught Canadian developer Nicholas Temes, who was laid off from his 3D animation job and decided to make a game all by himself. He borrowed money from his loved ones, burned through his savings, and sold his possessions to raise the funds to create the game, running a successful Kickstarter campaign a year ago. And now it's finally here. In the Shadows is available now for PC via Steam or GOG.com, with console versions in the works. For more information on any of these stories, or to keep up to date with the latest gaming news, head to playerattack.com. But for now, stick around, we've got plenty more still to come.